Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Eddie Reed again. I am doing a follow-up video for Zoom on a feature that uh, folks may not be aware of, but it is part of the licensed features of Zoom. So you have to be a licensed user, and here in the county, in PG County, uh, folks that still had basic accounts have now fully licensed accounts. So all teachers should have this. So the option I'm going to show you, you got to make sure your account is licensed. If not, it's not going to work. Okay. So I always start here at the staff page, go to applications, go to Zoom, right? Sign in. All right, brought to this page. Now, what I'm going to demonstrate is the ability to set up a specific list for each of your classes for students. So the issue is become with security that outsiders, but now since we're forcing the meetings to be just from PGCPS, so just random outsider hackers can't get in. However, what we have been also noticing this first week of school is that, okay, it's not the outsider hackers, it's other students from other schools, okay? And because they have a pgcps.org login, they're able to at least log into the and authenticate, but still can wreak havoc on specific classrooms. So what this feature, what I'm going to show you now, even cuts that out, and it only lets in students that are actually on your roster into your class. And how you turn that on is through the registration option in your meetings. Okay. Now, just a note that this does not work on personal room. Okay, so if you have a personal room and that's all you're using, and you don't have specific links for each class, turn off the video. It's not going to work. Okay, if you want this feature, you're going to have to set up recurring meetings for each of your classes. It's going to be a separate link for each of your classes. Okay. So I'm going to show you. So we're going to edit this meeting. This is a recurring meeting I have, right? This is an A class. All right, we're going to do all occurrences. And we're going to go down to the setting that matters, which is here. All right, I've already selected it. If you don't have it selected, this is what it's going to look like. If you have it selected, you're going to, if you don't have it selected, you're going to go and select it here. You want to select, I recommend doing attendees only have to register one time, and then they can, come to any of your following meetings or, all your upcoming meetings. That means you register one time, you're good to go, right? If you do this one, they have to do each occurrence, then you're going to have to manage the user registration each time. You don't want to do that. All you want to do is go through this process once, okay? Now, then you save. All right, you save that out. You still want to make sure that this isn't indicated, because this is a double level of security, and I'll explain, right? So then, okay, since I already have a thing, I'm not going to click this on. You can notify people. I'm just sit, no, whatever, save. Okay, okay, all right. Now, what this does is it creates a registration link for you. All right, this is what you would paste out to all the participants that's going to be in your class, right? So you send this out on your Google Classroom, post it as an announcement, you write this thing like, hey, you need to register for my class on Zoom, and then you'll be able to get in, okay? So what does it look like when someone registers, okay? We're gonna hit edit here. So you go down to the bottom of your meeting, and you're going to edit, okay? Well, we're gonna edit the actual functionality of registration. So you want to make sure that you have approve manually selected. If you have approved automatically, what's going to happen is, Joe from Suitland will be able to go in because he has a PGCPS. He's going to automatically get an email that says, okay, you're registered for the class. And I'm not even going to know that Joe from Suitland registered. Manual means you're going to get you have to approve Joe before you admit him to your Zoom. Okay. Now that ties into the notification. You're going to get an email every time somebody goes out and registers. Okay. And you want to make sure this is already going to be grayed out. You can't change it. Allow attendees to join from multiple devices. I keep that on because sometimes people have to flip-flop between devices, so that's fine. You do not want this selected to where they can share on social media, because policy is that we don't share anything on social media as far as our classes, okay? You hit save. All right, now, what happens is, let me show you, let me show you what, there's going to be a list. So what this essentially does is creates a list of users that's specifically enrolled in your class. And it's always going to it's going to do a two-factor authentication. It's going to authenticate against the domain, which is the PGCPS domain. Then it's going to check this list. Now, I put my son Nathan in as a test because he's a PG, he goes to PG County, but he's in middle school, okay? I approved him just as a demonstration. I'm going to remove him, but this demonstrates a couple things with this option. Because you have to review before you approve, you can verify that someone that has registered is actually in your class and actually a student at your school, okay? I know Nathan is not a student at Gwen Park, but just for demonstration purposes, I wanted to show you. So if you went on and approved him and dude goes to Suitland, now that's on you, okay? But now you have complete control and there's really no excuse to be like, oh, I didn't know, I'd let him in. No. This is actually creating a specific list, and this is always what I wanted to do, is like, I would just want to limit my class to just my class. I don't have to worry about any outsiders coming in, because that's the same thing that we do in physical school. Only people that's coming in this class is the people that's registered. We don't let outsiders in. We don't let people from other schools in. This is what ensures the same level of security and safeguards that we take if we're physically in a school building, okay? It's the same level of security, right? So if I wanna, I can resend the email because he gets an email when they register after I confirm him. I'm gonna cancel him because he ain't a part of my thing. I ain't leaving you a message. Dude, get out of my class. Okay. All right. So you can remove people if you accidentally let somebody in, or if your kid drops your class and you don't want him to come back in and cause havoc. Take him out the Zoom registration and he can't come back into your class. Okay. Or he or she, right? Cool. Now, what that does is that, what is that? I want to show you. Okay. So what happens, they get an email that confirms them that they have registered, and they'll get information to log on to the meeting from that point on. Let me show the email that you as a teacher would get when somebody registers. So this is when Nathan was registering. You see this, it says, hey, Nathan just signed up for your 2A class, and these are all the instances. So what it does, it's going to create a calendar invite that plugs his calendar, right? And he'll get an email that shows all that stuff. I don't have his email tied to my computer here. It's on my phone, so I'm not going to be able to show you the specific email. However, each student will get an email confirmation once they are set up as registered students in your Zoom, and they'll get a link that will direct them now to get onto your Zoom, and it's tied to this meeting ID that's already been created for me for my 2A AP Computer Science A class, okay? Now, the other consideration is students or anyone that's a registered user can only join the Zoom through the Zoom app on PCs, tablets, or phones, or the Chromebook. I tested it from the Chromebook because this was very important. So the students have an app. They have the Chromebook version of Zoom, and that allows them to get in. So between their own personal computer or Chromebook, there should not be a reason why they're just logging into the web and trying to get in, because you can't get into a registered meeting just from the web link. Okay, so just or the web client, right? So just to be clear there. All right. So again, this does not work with your personal meeting. Doesn't work. Okay. It has to be an upcoming scheduled meeting that you already have, or you can create one and it's a reoccurring. And like I said, this only works for people that have separate links for their classes, and that's reoccurring. Okay. So if you, like I said, if you're the single link person, then this solution doesn't work for you. Okay. You just have to stick with allowing just only PGCPS people in. All right. But I thought this would be really the true ideal solution that we should have in our classes, so that we ensure that students in our class only can get into our Zooms, and we don't have to worry about, you know, Zoom bombing from either outsiders or students from other schools coming in. All right, that's it. And I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions about this, let me know. Other than that, you all take care, and I'll talk to you soon.